If cinema has taught us anything about the human condition, it's that a series of events can result in finding yourself in the cockpit of an aircraft with no knowledge of flying. In order to help you prepare for this very possible scenario, let's cover some basic combat piloting tips. We'll be using examples from the Star Wars sliding scale of recommended maneuvers for first-time flyers in 4 parsecs or less. On one end of the scale, we have Little Annie maneuvers.
Okay, let's go left!
Not difficult to perform, but will likely kill you without high levels of luck, or as some people call, midi-chlorians. On the other end, we have Rey. Her maneuvers are extremely difficult to perform. For example, using the hull of your ship to power slide on a planet's surface is very advanced. I personally wouldn't recommend it for reasons I don't have time to get into right now, but maybe I'll explore it more in another video. Let's just focus on the more helpful Luke range of techniques, while occasionally pulling some examples from the "you'll be dead" zones. Let's take a look.
I'll try spinning, that's a good trick!
Now, this may sound controversial, but spinning is actually not a very good trick. The hittable surface area doesn't change much for your pursuer. A much better evasive maneuver is an erratic, unpredictable flight pattern, like the one Luke used. You might even impress your enemies. When it comes down to it, energy management is the name of the game, in life and dogfighting. Speed and power are valuable resources, and Luke shows he understands this.
Watch yourself, increase speed full throttle. R2 trying to increase the power.
But sometimes you're gonna be limited. Like if you're chasing an enemy that's faster than you. In this case, try using a lead pursuit. A lead pursuit is when you point the nose of your ship ahead of your enemy's flight path. This helps close the distance. If you need to add some distance, use a lag pursuit. Once you're in a pure pursuit, fire away. When flying in a planet's atmosphere, altitude is a valuable and deadly resource. It can help you in slowing down or speeding up more rapidly than your ship would normally allow. Having a higher altitude than your opponent is usually an advantage. I think it's time to pull another example from the chart. Let's watch Rey use the ill-advised, high-risk maneuver, fly into dark hole while not communicating plan with gunner, then death stall align bottom-locked gun turret axis to enemy, hoping gunner shoots at the right moment, straight into a repowered last-second pull-up. Again, this is really not recommended for most beginners. Quick side lesson for any gunners that might be listening. When enemies are above you and you're parked on the ground or flying low, the top gunner position is far superior to the bottom. Unless you're trying to look at the dirt. But of course, the biggest takeaway from this is teamwork and communication is important. A team that works together real well will win more times than not. Air communication can sound awkward at first. It's typically learned in a military environment, but that's pretty time-consuming. So for now, just describe where the enemy is relative to you and your friends, like this.
We're right above you. Turn to point 05. We'll cover for you. Watch it. You've got one on your tail. I can't shake it. I'm on it, Luke.
I'm going in. Cover me, Porkins.
I'm right with you, Red 3. I came from behind.
Alright, let's recap what we've learned today. First, we learned about flying erratically to avoid damage. We also talked about the value of resources. Then, we discussed pointing your nose in the right direction. And lastly, the importance of communicating with your team. Follow these tips and you will be just fine.
I'll be careful.
You'll be dead!
I hope you enjoyed this 'Tis Good video, and be sure to like and subscribe if you want more. Also, make sure to leave a comment telling me how these tips worked out for you. I'm very curious. Alright, take care.